Hey guys, my name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a 5-star predictions reaction video. I actually filmed this video 9 months ago now, so it's been quite some time since I did this, and I finally recently read the last book that was a part of this video. But you know, the fun thing about reacting to this videos almost a year later is that I can't really remember all the books that were mentioned in this video. I definitely remember 2 or 3 of them, but I don't remember all of them. So it's kind of a surprise for me too to be reacting to these, which is why I like to put some time in between my reaction times. It takes me forever to read like one of the 5 books that I mentioned. I feel like whenever I do these kind of videos, I always immediately will read like 4 out of the 5 that I mentioned, and then like for the last one it just takes me like a million years to read it. So of course I will link down below the previous times that I've done a 5-star prediction video and a 5-star prediction reaction video. I think this is my 2nd or maybe 3rd time doing a reaction video for these, and then of course very soon I will be having another 5-star prediction video come out pretty soon after this. We're just gonna watch this video together and see how many out of 5 were actually 5 stars. Hey guys, my name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna be filming another 5-star predictions video. I'll be putting links in the descriptions for the previous 2 times that I've done this, and I know that if you've watched those previous 2 times that I've done this, you're probably thinking, girl, stop trying. Because the last 2 times that I've done this, only 1 out of the 5 on each of them were 5 stars. So I'm 2 for 10. I know you're thinking, why don't you just give up and like stop trying to predict that books will be 5 stars? This time, I swear I have a feeling about some of these, and I have this feeling that most of these are gonna be 5-star books for me. I know I've said that before, okay? I know. Maybe I'm just jinxing myself with this video because then I set my expectations way too high, and then nothing can possibly live up to these expectations that I set for it. But you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna go with it. I'm coming at you with 5 books that I think that I'm personally gonna give 5 stars to. And you know, as usual, I'll do a reaction video to this later after I've completed these 5 books. We'll see how this goes, but this time I'm pretty confident. I am pretty confident that at least 3 out of these 5 will be 5 stars, and then the other ones will hopefully be 5 stars, maybe 4 stars, but also hopefully 5 stars. Confidence is wavering because the last 2 videos were so bad. So the first book that I think that I'm gonna give 5 stars to is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Yes, dude. Red, White, and Royal Blue was a 5-star book for me. This is starting off great. I forgot I put that in this video. Yes, Red, White, and Royal Blue is one of my favorite male romances of all time, and it was definitely in my favorite books of 2019, which is so great. Like, yes, one of the books actually lived up to my expectations. That's so great. Okay, let's skip to the next one. I wanted to talk to you about is Recursion by Blake. Is it Crouch? Is it Crouch? Not really sure. Recursion! Holy shit. Recursion ended up being like a 4-star book for me. So it wasn't really like a disappointment necessarily, but it also wasn't quite up there as a 5-star read. So like, I don't know. I feel like my biggest issue with Recursion was the last third of it or so, because like definitely the first like half of the book was a 5-star book for me. Like I was obsessed with it, and then I definitely feel like the ending of the book is where it started to drop the ball, and it got very confusing and like hard to read, and just like I feel like it got drawn out way too long, you know? But I definitely love Recursion, and like Recursion was still in my favorite books of last year despite all of my issues with it. So like I would count this as a win, even though it was like a 4-star book, but it was close enough, you know? Third book I think I'm gonna give 5 stars to is Top Secret by Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen. And the Top Secret by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy was a 5-star book for me. Okay, just because I've had 2 5 stars and 1 4-star, like this list is way better of predictions than any of my last 2 lists have been. So at least there's something. And Top Secret is another male romance that I really loved, and I was actually scared and hesitant to read it because this author duo, Elle Kennedy and Serena Bowen, they also wrote one of my favorite books of all time, Him, which was also a 5-star book, so I was kind of like nervous, like can they do it again, you know? And then I absolutely love Top Secret, like probably not just as much as Him, but like it was definitely a 5-star book for me. Like I was so giddy as shit when I was reading this book. So yay, that's exciting. 2 out of 5 so far. I have very fond memories of reading Top Secret 2 because I read it during the Romanceathon, and it was like the first 5-star book of the Romanceathon for me after reading a couple duds like right before that, so it was like a breath of fresh air to read that book. Okay, let's do number 4. The fourth book I think that I'm gonna give 5 stars to is On the Island by Tracy Gardis Graves. And if you didn't know, this book is actually okay, this is interesting. I actually did end up giving On the Island 4 out of 5 stars. So again, I'm not too far off with like thinking I would enjoy the book. It just wasn't quite up there as a 5-star book for me because I did have like a number of issues with it and it wasn't quite like what I was expecting it to be, I guess. But that is interesting. I didn't remember thinking that I would give this book 5 stars. This one was also a book I read during Romanceathon. This was actually our buddy read for Romanceathon last year. And I know Jacqueline actually really enjoyed it. I think it might have been a 5-star book for her. It was close to a 5-star for me, but I just had some issues with it that I like couldn't get past, so it ended up being a 4-star book for me, but it is still something that I really enjoyed, which is good because I haven't had a single book on this list yet that I didn't even enjoy. So at least I have gotten more in tune with my tastes, you know? Alright, let's see the last one. I think I know the last one. The last one I have I think is going to be a 5-star read is Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. This one, you see, I think my issue is I need to stop putting historical fiction on these 5-star predictions lists. I should know myself by now, and like the only historical fictions I think I've ever given 5 stars to is like The Nightingale and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I really do have like a love-hate relationship with historical fiction, but like I need to stop putting it on my 5-star predictions list because most of the time they're just not. And this book in particular for me was actually a DNF at 100 pages. I could not get into this book for the life of me. And I know that like maybe if I had pushed through and like read it all the way through, maybe it would have been a 3-star or even a 4-star book, but like I just couldn't. Like I just didn't care enough about this story to continue reading it, which just sucks because I did think I would enjoy it based off of like what the story was about, or at least what I thought it was about. But because this book takes place in 1939, the language used in this book is such like old speak, you know, especially in the South, and it was just really hard to read this book. It was putting me in a slump. I was so bored out of my mind trying to read this book. And so I think I've learned my lesson that historical fiction novels will no longer be on my 5-star predictions list because they're just so like up in the air, like I never know if I'm actually gonna like them or not. Well, that is all for this reaction video. I will say I am very impressed though with this list of 5 books because if you do watch my previous 2 videos but that I put out before this, I only had 1 out of 5 in both of those videos be 5-star books, and then I'm pretty sure a lot of the rest of them it was like 1 4-star and then the rest were all like 2-star or 3 stars. So I feel like with this list I had 2 5 stars, 2 4 stars, and 1 DNF. So it's like I do feel like I'm getting a better grasp on my reading taste, and being able to predict 5 stars has gotten a little bit easier through the years as I really like hone in on what I like. I do think that these videos are super fun to experiment with, you know, and I do think it's really fun to predict 5-star reads. Even if I end up being wrong and I end up being disappointed, I still think it's a fun concept and a fun thing to do. So yeah, that is all for this video, and as I said, you can expect another 5-star predictions video coming very soon. I have a lot of books that I'm really excited about that I think are gonna be 5 stars. You can let me know what your thoughts are on these books. Like, were these books also 5-star books for you, or were you disappointed by any of these books? And if you've read Before We Were Yours, then like what are your thoughts on it? Like, do you think it's a really great book that would have the potential to be 5 stars for me? Because I just don't know. And like honestly, if I want to DNF a book after 100 pages in, like that's just a huge red flag to me, and like I'm probably not gonna like it, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!